My now ex-wife, 37 female, and I, 40 male, have 2 kids, 16 female and 14 male. So altogether we were a family of 4. We were pretty happy and led a relatively peaceful life. My ex travels a lot for work. She works in a huge firm and has to constantly make business trips. She could be gone anywhere from a few days to a week or more. We got used to it, and I have been the primary caregiver for our kids. School drop-offs, organizing parties, enforcing rules, giving advice, and just holding the fort down. We made it work, and I was glad to see my wife excel at what she loves. Anyway, we were all Apple users at home. One day though, my ex's iPad took a hit and stopped functioning properly. However, she needed to access her work somehow and was just stressing over it. So I asked her to go get it serviced, but she insisted that it was a pressing matter. She didn't have the time to go to the Apple store, since she had important meetings lined up for most of her day, and so I turned to my kids for help. My daughter is the tech-savvy one, so she sat with the iPad and figured out how to fix it. My wife left the instructions that she needed her gadget sorted out by the next day. My daughter agreed, and left for her meeting. It took my daughter less than that though. In the evening, she came to me very unnerved. She said that she had fixed the iPad, but she sounded sad and perplexed about it, not excited as I would have thought. So I asked her what was wrong. She refused to say. Then I asked her what she did. Perhaps she was worried that she had deleted her mom's important work information by accident or something like that. She said that it was all there. She had just factory restored the iPad and set up her mom's account. Then she jetted from the room so fast I could hardly process it. I looked at the iPad she had handed to me to find it unlocked. Moreover, the messages were open. First, I thought it was work-related and confidential, so I thought to shut it. But then I saw a weird heart and kissy emoticons that caught my attention, especially because the messages weren't directed to me, the kids, or her other family members. I was curious, so I scrolled through and the story revealed itself. Suggestive photos, flirty texts, declarations of love, and all that stuff. It turned out that she was busy having an affair with one of her colleagues. This got me questioning most of her work trips. Were they even legitimate company trips? How long had she been lying to me? I tried to check how old the messages dated back to and got up to about 4 months. It made me sick to my stomach. I could just imagine how much worse my daughter felt when she saw that. Anyway, I quickly took a bunch of screenshots, sent them to my phone, and then deleted the message from her iPad. I didn't say anything when she got home, and she wasn't suspicious about anything either. She happily received her iPad and went on about work. A few days later, I got in touch with an attorney and filed for divorce. I printed the screenshots, then took them together with the divorce papers and packed them in her bag since she was heading out for another business trip. Once she was gone, I took the kids to my parents' place. We definitely needed some space as I thought things through. She cut her trip short. I think she opened the bag and got a rude awakening. She called sobbing and apologized profusely on the phone. She said it was a slip of good judgment. It just happened while they were on a work trip and it all meant nothing. She didn't want to break our family apart and all those other things desperate people say when they get caught. I listened to her and recorded her going on about her affair. I at least deserved the truth. So, she confessed that the affair had been going on for nearly a year. He would usually go along for the business trips and sometimes she was lonely and just needed that extra fun. But once she started the affair, she had a hard time letting go. Apparently, it was like she couldn't stop. After she had exhausted her story, I hung up. My ex came back home to find it almost empty. I had taken the time while she was away to take all her things. She lost it. Gone were her sobby, apologetic calls. She swung into threatening mode. She said that she would sue me for kidnapping the children. I told her that wouldn't hold since the kids are with their grandparents. Needless to say, the court case settled it. My state is an at-fault state, and from the facts, they learned it in my favor. I got majority custody of the kids. I was the one looking after them anyway, so that didn't change much, and they also wanted to be with me instead of her. She is allowed to see them once in 2 weeks, and she has to pay child support. We decided to sell the house and split the money. There wasn't more to split after that. The entire situation, finding out about the affair and the divorce, was a terrible experience, especially having to watch my kids try to process what happened. My daughter is very distraught from everything and still refuses to meet with her mom. My son, on the other hand, is luckily not too aware of what went down. My ex's family blames me though. To put an end to all of that, I sent them the screenshots. That shut them up. My ex has been cussing me for ruining her life and her reputation. I can't be very bothered with that. She made her choices. Now she has to deal with the consequences. I am happy to move forward with my kids. Story 2. To give context, me and my girlfriend are in uni. We've been together for 2 years and started dating at the start of uni. We've spent 90% of our time with each other since. We've always been together and have spent so much time together and the multiple hardships we've gone through. Our relationship, as friends, started off rocky, and I hadn't trusted her yet. I thought she would be the type to mess around with other people a lot, and I had just gotten out of a 3-year relationship. She cheated on her ex and admitted it to me, and she said she was wanting to change to never let that happen again. We were friends with benefits and always fooled around. And this was a red flag to me, but I wanted to give her a chance. So a month or 2 later, after a lot of talking, we started dating. Present time. Recently, my girlfriend has been acting weird. She'd be a lot hornier, and she'd be doing kinky stuff alone, and whenever I walked into her room, she'd panic a bit and close her browsers. I thought it was strange, but I fully trust her at this point as she's proved it to me. Yesterday, I went on her computer to check the download for a game we were both going to play, and she sprang from her bed to stop me. This made me suspicious as this has never happened. Fast forward to tonight, she was sleeping next to me and I know this is wrong of me, decided to check her phone. She had photos of nudes of herself that I haven't seen before. She normally sends me all pics she takes. I check on her Discord and she's been messaging this guy and sexting him. It's like they were online dating. There were nudes being sent back and forth. My stomach is feeling sick right now and I'm shaking uncontrollably that it's hard to type and describe it. They've been sending each other texts and she's been cheating on me for the past 3 days. I woke her up and told her to leave my room. She was confused and I told her I was breaking up with her. She didn't seem fazed at all. It didn't look like she cared. She just sat there and she knew it was a bad decision and was just being impulsive. There's nothing else to this. I'm lost, confused, heartbroken, and betrayed. I don't know how to deal with this situation. If you were reading to see how it ended, I'm sorry if it wasn't satisfying. Did I do the right thing? Should I have given her a second chance? This is important. She has trouble making friends, but I didn't, and I naturally made close friends, and through proxy, she became friends with them too. We're now in the same friendship circle and are living together next year. Living together this year too. I don't know what to do. What should I do? Now for some comments. You absolutely did the right thing to leave. Don't let her talk her way back. Ghost her and go no contact. You don't deserve to be disrespected and lied to. Simple as that. She will try and talk her way out of it. It's going to hurt like hell, but stay strong. Don't fall back into that trap. You're young, you'll bounce back, and if you let it go, 95% chance she'll cheat again. Stay strong, and if you need a friend, feel free to message me. First thing is, OP, she can't be your girlfriend. She can't be trusted. Never could, and you never will be able to put up any faith in her. She has got to go. Furthermore, she can't be your friend. Ghost, block, NC, and move on. If you have to see one another at all, just gray rock her every time. She had her chance and she blew it. Good luck. Story 3. So I have been married to this girl for 2 years. We've been in a committed relationship for 10 years. We are in a long-distance marriage. I get to see her for 2 months per year. I have been suspicious about a relationship with a particular male friend for years now. Recently, I found out that they have been having an affair. Needless to say, it completely destroyed me. My wife is filled with guilt and remorse and has been so for the last 3 to 4 months. That's what she tells me. The funny thing is that she admits that before our marriage they were just very good friends, but things took a turn in the wrong direction after our marriage. I don't know if I'm crazy or not, maybe I am, but last night I secretly recorded our conversation where she clearly confesses to everything. I don't know why I did it. We have obviously talked about divorce, but since we don't have kids, it should be relatively hassle-free if we actually go through with it. She has also promised me that she will not demand anything from my side if the divorce finally happens. So I probably will not need to prove her infidelity in court, ever. But still, I recorded her confession. Now for some comments. Cheaters lie about everything. You're getting a trickle truth right now, and it wouldn't shock me if you discovered that she was having an affair before you were married. You've got everything you need to move forward with your life. End it as quickly as you can and cut contact so you can start to heal and move on with your life. I'm sorry you're going through this. It's so unfair. Just a heads up, warning, before disclosing that you recorded her, let a lawyer know, and probably don't use it unless she lies to friends and family and you may need proof. Instead, try to gather other types of evidence. Text messages, emails, phone records, etc. Maybe even get her to write you a letter about how it happened or a timeline in her handwriting or in an email. Sadly, OP, there was too much separation in your marriage. It would be almost impossible to sustain a loving relationship only seeing one another so little. It sounds to me that you have both wasted each other's time, life actually, dreaming the impossible dream. Divorce. You'll hardly notice the difference. Good luck.